Hi, everybody. Welcome along. This is the amazing Paul Finn, and Paul is responsible for our Reach Out team. And the Reach Out team are the team that expose and share our content at the moment across three continents, which is the US, Western Europe, and Australia. And Paul is here to teach you as really exceptional, important people in our world, important people in our business. You guys are the backbone of our business now. And Paul is here to teach you some really, really great principles and concepts and processes to help you become awesome and help you become magnificent. Paul, welcome along.
Thank you. So basically, today I'll be taking you through a very small part of a masterclass that I have created and run for Brisbane Business Hub and a bunch of different organizations like that. So I teach entrepreneurs and small business owners a really simple way to put money in the bank. That's pretty much all I care about. And so I've taken 20 years of all of my knowledge and condensed it into a 2-hour masterclass. But tonight, Ray's only given me 30 minutes. And so I've taken the heart of the masterclass, the absolute central concept that we've got to get, and I'm going to break it down for you so that you can create a marketing strategy, or more importantly, an action strategy for you guys to go and start making money with your affiliate links. So that's what we're going to go through today. So if it's okay, Ray, can I do the share screen and open up the masterclass?
Please do.
Okay, so what you see on the screen and what we're going to focus on today. Now, there's usually 27 principles that I go through in the masterclass that influences your marketing. Today, we're just going to focus right here. There's 3 things that we need to get right in marketing, and that's all we're going to focus on. So I'm going to break that down in a way that's going to be nice and simple so that you can go and take action straight away. Okay, so I'm just going to skip through a few different things, so just bear with me. All right, so this is just a quick backstory on who I am. Now, my history is rock and roll. That's where I really cut my teeth on marketing. That's where it all starts. It's rock and roll. It is crazy, loud, bright, big characters, thousands of people, alcohol, all of it is in there. It was wild times. Now, there's a couple of really cool things that happened. So there's some pretty big people that I worked with. So Leonard Cohen, you can see down here, Missy Higgins is there, Diesel, Jimmy Barnes is there, Lee Kernaghan, Cat Empire. There's a whole heap of them that I was working with. I interviewed over 1,000 rock stars. I've sold out more shows than I care to count. And this whole chapter that you see here is about 7 years. I was a performer on stage. I got to play in front of 3,000 people at festivals and all of this sort of stuff. People painted me, all kinds of different things. This was a wild and awesome chapter that lasted about 7 years. Now, the thing is, when I was running events, I was doing absolutely everything that I could do to get in front of people. And so I was doing magazines, newspapers, radio, TV, posters, flyers, Facebook groups, Facebook ads, Google ads, like you name it. If there was a way that I could get in front of the right person, I was doing it. And so this ended up forming the foundation of the very important lesson that I learned from this. And it's one of the critical pillars that I showed you at the start, where there's 3 steps. And that step is what you've got to get right when you do marketing and sales is get in front of the right person. If you don't do that, anything else you do just doesn't work. It's all a waste of time. So the big lesson that I got from this here, where I literally did everything possible, if there was a marketing strategy of me getting in front of someone, I was doing it. And that's where I really learned this. And this became the first pillar of what we've got to get right with you guys tonight. So this is where all of that comes from. 7 years of work for me to really pin that to this, which is get in front. So the first strategy that you've got to get right is getting in front of the right person. So the second lesson that I learned is how to get a decision. And I've got some really good examples here. So Garage World sounds really boring, and it is. They sell garages, right? And so very male dominated industry. And so the way that I got a decision here is by telling stories about what women were doing. So none of the other competitors were talking about women. And also, I was in their TV ads. I was running these ads that were explaining how Garage World solves their problem. So by using these very deliberate, creative strategies to get a decision, I was able to help these guys grow from 3.2 million to 2.4 million to 3.3 million in 12 months, which is a pretty cool outcome for those guys. And then I started working with Townsville Enterprise and a similar thing. They needed something that was going to convince people to tour, like do a holiday in Townsville, or even potentially move to Townsville. And so one of the things that I pointed out for them is that all of the beautiful locations in Townsville have already been shot, filmed, and photographed to death. Like we've all seen it. And anything that you've got in Townsville is going to be better in Airlie Beach or better in Cairns. And so we needed to come up with a creative way to really draw people in. And so what I did was put this guy on a stunt bike and put him in all of the most beautiful locations and made the videos like each scene is only 7 seconds. So essentially, it's about 10 videos stitched together to make a longer video. So it's just like 10 seconds. I'm going to hold you. Boris is going to do this stunt, and then we're going to move on to the next scene. And so that ad, the state average for tourism that year was 8%. And Townsville Enterprise got an average of 14% on the back of that campaign, which was really, really cool outcome. And again, so I was up in Hinchinbrook. If anyone's done anything up there, it's a really beautiful area, really beautiful, but it's often considered the backwater of Townsville. And so what I did was used storytelling from the locals to tell their story in these 90-second videos about why they love living in the area. And we just told all of these stories about the locals. So because we did all of that, so we've got stories of like farming and natural like waterfalls and islands and fishing and food and art and all of these different things that we told these stories. And we attracted the International Fishing Series, which locked us in to be in front of 25 million people for 3 years, which is really cool. So the big lesson that I learned here, and it's the second pillar of what we're going to go through tonight, is get a decision. Right? So your first step is to get in front of someone. The second step is to get a decision. So you're in front of someone, you've got to say, do, or give something that's going to make them say yes. So that's the second pillar. Now, the third pillar comes from, so after that, I started working with lots of different businesses, including a business called Tasmanian Walking Company, which is owned by a guy called Brett Godfrey, who is one of Australia's billionaires, and he created Virgin Blue with Richard Branson. Crazy guy to work for, but really awesome. And so he really highlighted this point for me because he was exceptional at it. And the main lesson here, the main lesson that I've learned here, which is the third pillar, is get more money, right? So we've got 3 steps. 1, get in front. 2, get a decision. 3, get more money. And so what we're talking about, get in front of someone, say or do something that makes them say yes, and then have a mechanism where they want to spend more money with you, or at least there's a pathway where they can spend more money with you. So these are the main pillars of what I teach and how I do marketing. Now, all of the work that I do with Ray follows this framework 100%. This is just how I think about marketing. So this is my 20 years of marketing boiled down into 3 simple steps. Now, if I don't understand something simply, I can't do it. And so that's why I've broken it down like this. And then later I found out that other people are also the same as me. And so then I started teaching all of this stuff, and that's where it all comes from. So that's the 3, don't want to do that. That's the 3 pillars. Just going to skip a few steps. Now, in the masterclass, there's lots of stuff that I do, but this is the center of it. So those 3 lessons that I've just shown you there, those 3 stories, this is what I get people to do, right? They on a piece of paper, and I would strongly suggest that you take out a piece of paper and a pen. We're going to be writing some stuff down, some ideas for you, and I'm going to tailor this to every single person that's on the call. This is going to be 100% tailored to everyone, as long as you do the work. All right, so let's start at the back. Normally, I wouldn't start at the back, but there's a few things here. So in terms of spend more money, as affiliates, you guys don't need to worry about this, right? You actually don't need to worry about anything because we've already got meditations that people can buy. We've got packages of meditations as well. We've got MMW. We've got solfeggio course. Sorry if there's any spelling mistakes or you can't read my writing. It's just part of the fun and games of all of this. Then we've got Unthinkable. And we've got Evolve. And there's other stuff coming down the pipeline already. So the cool thing is for you guys, now when I do this masterclass with entrepreneurs and business owners, they've got to do that work. But the cool thing is for you guys, you don't actually have to worry about that. So that's one thing you don't have to worry about. The other thing that you don't have to worry about is make a decision because we've got, you know, free course, free meditation, videos galore, great sales videos. We've got landing pages. We've got, you know, and on and on and on and on. So for you guys, the good news is you don't have to do this either, right? So that's all been done for you as well. So all we need to focus on is how to get in front of more people. And so this is where I'll get you guys to take out a piece of paper. And also if you can participate in the chat, would be good. So if there's any ideas that you've got, share them in the group because there'll be people in this group that for you, it might be obvious, but for other people, it's not. And if we all share together, we all have a lot more than if I give you $1 and you give me $1, we've both got $1. But if I give you an idea and you give me an idea, now we've both got 2 ideas. So what I want to do is really focus on everything that you can do to get in front. Now you've got an affiliate link and you've got loads of content that you can use. And the only thing is that you've just got to get that out there and post and get your link, your affiliate link in front of as many people as possible. And the moment you get in front of everyone, all of the mechanisms that we've put in place over here will start to do the magic for you. So the first thing is, if we talk about getting in front, now we're already doing ads. You don't need to do ads. We're not suggesting to do ads or anything like that. But if we start, like if you guys can start putting ideas of what can you do to get in front of more people. Now let's just start with the obvious. Post on Facebook. So in the chat, if you can, pretty please, anything that you can do to get in front of more people. So we've got one there that is post on Facebook, but what else can you do? Reels? Yep, you can post a reel. So that can go under there. What else can you do? Personal page. So we've got personal, we've got business. What else can we do? Create a Facebook event, Instagram. Yeah, emails. Here we go. Emails. What else? Group chat. Love it. What else? Yep, join groups and post in groups. Yep, WhatsApp. What else have we got? Own experience growth. Yep. Yep. Invites. Yep. What else have we got? What else can we do? Masterclass, webinar. Yes, you can post in, you can create a webinar and you can start talking about this work that you're doing and your affiliation with Ray. What else can we do? TikTok. Look at this. All of a sudden, we've got this massive other platforms. Yeah, we've got LinkedIn. We've got all the social platforms. What else have we got? Reviews, Google reviews. Yes. What else can we do? I want you guys to start thinking, start. So everything is up for grabs, right? Everything. Twitter. Yep. Testimonials. What else can we do? Talk to friends. Cool. Now we're getting offline. Great. Talk. You'll be surprised how good that is. Networking. Yep. Sharing. Community workshops. Okay, I'm running out of space. I'll just see if I can make this a bit smaller. Look at this tech. What else have we got? Community workshops. Yep. What else? Business events. Yep. What else? I don't mean to be annoying by saying what else a million times. I'm not trying to annoy anyone. But the thing is, yep, talking, yep, getting out there and talking. The thing is, when you keep asking this question of what else, you can see right in front of you, before your eyes, we've created a list of a whole heap of stuff that we can do, right? So I'm not trying to annoy you. I'm not trying to do that at all. That's not my intention at all. But the thing is, what this process does, whenever I do this process, is that everyone understands that they already know what to do. They've already got a lot of ideas in their head. They just need a bit of a push to go out and do it. And so the big thing is you've got to go out there and you've got to start taking action. So based on all of this stuff here, and so all of those examples that I've written down on the screen in front of you or in the chat box or wherever it is, I want you to start writing down everything that you can do as an individual with an affiliate link to get in front of more people, right? This is what we want to do. We just want to get in front. All you've got to do is get in front of the right person. And here, without too much of an effort, we've created well, sorry, it's a messy list, but we've created a big list of stuff that you can start doing straight away. So you can post on all of the platforms. You can send out emails. You can, one of the things that I was talking about with Ray today is like, well, what about going to, the yoga school down the road and getting them to email out to their database? And they might say no, but they also might say yes. And so that's a really good one. Following other threads on Reddit. So Reddit's probably another good one. Right? So we've got all of these different things to do. And so the process here is actually really simple. All you need to do is you go through and you say, okay, I know that I can post a reel and I can do that tonight. I know that I can post on social media or on TikTok and I can do that tonight or tomorrow or on Friday. I know that I got some emails of people that I can send that out to, and I'll go do that next week. There's a great networking event happening next week, and I know that I can go to that. So what I want you to do is, and I know that this sounds really, really simple, but this is the beauty in the method of the madness, is that if you focus on and you ask yourself, what can I do to get in front of the right person? And all game on. Everything is an option for you to do. If it's getting in front of the right person, go and do it. And just to give you some examples of some of the clients that I work with, one of the guys that I work with, and this is a legitimate strategy, he's going to stand on the main road. He has a truck washing business. He's going to stand on the main road every Friday wearing a chicken suit, a chicken costume, or any kind of crazy costume with a sign pointing to the truck wash, right? That's a legitimate strategy because we know trucks are going along the highway. And there's a social component that goes with that as well. Now, that's a legitimate strategy to get in front of the right people. So what I want you to do is to go through on a piece of paper, on just piece of paper, that you've got in front of you there and a pen, and write down a list of everything that you think that you can do. Uh, doesn't matter how crazy it is, as long as you know that you can do it. If you can do it, write it down in the box. And then all you do is you prioritize the stuff that you know that you can do quickly or easier, whatever it happens to be, and you start going and doing that. That's the best thing that you can do. And the rule is the one who makes the most noise wins. That's marketing. That's all it is. All you've got to do is make the most amount of noise. Now, the beauty is for you guys, compared to all the other people that I teach, is that you've only got to worry about the first column. Everything else is already done, which is pretty phenomenal. So the best thing that you can do, and even if it sounds crazy or too simple to work, or I think they'll say no, or whatever it is, or whatever the thing is, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Go and do it. If there is an opportunity for you to get in front of the right person and place your link somewhere, please just go and do it. Do it for you. Go and post in a group, go post a reel, go leave a comment somewhere, get your link and put it in as many places as possible. And the more places that you put it, the more likely you are to get more money. That's just the way it is. So that's really the summary of this whole thing. It's short and sharp. We're straight in. We're just getting straight to the heart of this whole thing. But this is essentially it. This is it. I want you to, as a thing to do. Now, this is what I do. This is how I think, right? I need frameworks like this, otherwise I can't do it. So this is how I think. I always come back to this and I always think, okay, what have I got to do to get in front? What have I got to do to get a decision? And what have I got to do to get people to spend more money? The beauty for you guys is you don't have to worry about the second two. All you've got to do is say, all right, I can make a post, or I can go and talk to that person, or I can go to that business event, or I can become a speaker at that thing, or I can put on a webinar, or I can start posting on TikTok, or whatever it happens to be. But the reality is, the more you do, the better. The person that makes the most noise wins. That's just the way it is. So, Ray, I'm going to pass this back to you. That's my short, sharp. I think that's the fastest webinar I've ever done in my life, but it's straight to the heart of it. What I love about that summary is that it enables people to tailor an action strategy towards them. And for a lot of people, it really blows them away that it's so simple. They're like, I didn't realize I could just walk into the business or make a phone call or send an email or make a post. It really is that simple. I've given you a framework where if you literally just fail on the framework, you'll make some money, because the framework just says, what have you got to do to get in front of people? And it doesn't matter how crazy it is or how simple it is or anything like that. Just go and do it. Just go and do it, and then report back to us and say, this is how much money I made. I couldn't believe how simple it was.
Yeah. Thank you, Paul. Great lesson to be learned in that. And although it was short, we wanted to keep that short because it's straight to the point. Here's what you need to do. And that saying is really, really important to you. The person that makes more noise gets more attention. It's the law of survival. It's what keeps the animals alive in the jungle. Make more noise, get more attention, attract more people, get rid of more people, whatever it might be. Just know this, that when you crack that door and you're posting on social media and you're getting your clicks and the people are clicking in, your clients are clicking in, the minute that happens for you, you've kicked open that door. And on the far side of that door that you just kicked open is the entire world is right in front of you. You just got to kick that door open. And once you get 1 click, 50 clicks, 500 clicks, you can just continue and continue and continue with that. Now, Paul talked about the amount of work that we're doing in the background to make this work for you. We can do some numbers here, but we won't get too elaborate, Paul. But just give us an idea of when we had our meeting. Paul and I meet every Wednesday and every Monday with different teams and different things that we do. When we had our meeting not last Monday, the Monday before, you gave me the numbers of online clicks for our videos for the 3 months previous. Can you remember the number?
Yeah, so since we've launched the videos at the start of the year, so from February 1st is where we launched our first reel. So the project that we do. We've published, so this is published to Facebook and all the other social channels. So we've got more videos in production. But in terms of published videos, live videos that are online, it's 360 videos. We've had 3.3 million views, and of those 3.3 million views, 800,000 have completed the videos 100%. So they sat there for the entire video and watched it all the way to the end, which is a 25% completion rate. I
Yeah.
have never seen that in any other campaign that I've run, ever.
So what Paul is saying is that people really like our work. That's why they're staying till the end. That's why Paul, doing this for 20 years, looks at what we're putting out because everything is going through Paul. Everything goes through Paul's team. So Paul sees those numbers and Paul understands the importance of those numbers. So in all those years that he's doing that, he's just told you our stuff gets more engagement. People stay in because it's a really important message that we really do share with the world. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter
and
whatever
there was
we.
also a big jump in the social media following as well. We had our biggest week. I can't remember the specific
Yeah,
figure, but it was a big jump. I think it was up around 7,000 new followers or something like that, which we've never had that in a short period.
right.
August has there's been a spike like this. And there's it's coming from a couple of different areas. So one is we're getting better at our targeting, so our ability to get in front of the right people. So that's helping.
Where the videos that Paul directs me in are really engaging, and you have those videos in your social media ledger to be sharing those out, to be getting those clicks. They're part of your lead magnet armory that you have. So Joseph, who is your new assigned team leader, is on here, and he will show you how to get direction to all of that. So when you are now sharing the audience that you're targeting, we're ahead of you. Paul's team is ahead of you, targeting that audience, just dropping little things so that they see the brand, see the story, watch the video. Nothing else. That's all we're doing. You're coming in behind then, and you're coming in then. So we're saying to all the people ahead of you, hey, there's some cakes coming down the road. Who loves a cake? Yeah, I want to get a cake. Right. I haven't got the cake yet. Now watch, all the cake people are coming in a few minutes. When they come, grab the cake. You guys march forward now and you come in with all your cakes. And you're saying to the people, hey, listen, this Paul dude was in earlier saying, hey, there's somebody coming around with cakes. Well, here's the cake. And you offer it and you get the click. We're opening the door. You're coming in then, sitting them down on their chairs, putting them in the movie. I'll tell you some really cool things. One of my cousins isn't doing too good. He's only a young guy, just got a bit of a condition going on. I rang him. I said, you've got a bit of a condition going on. Do you want to chat about that? It's only a young guy. He said, yeah, I'd love to chat about it. He said, but I got to tell you, Ray, when I told my friends that I had this condition, two of my friends, this is in Dublin, two of my friends rang me and said, listen, have you heard of a guy called Ray Behan? And one of them said, Think and Grow Education. They're coming to Dublin to a workshop. We think you need to come. Now, my cousin has a different surname to me. And my cousin said, that's actually my cousin. This guy, Ray, is my cousin. In fact, his parents are my godparents. The other day, one of our guys went into the printers to pick up the printing that we have for Europe. Two of the people at the print counter came out and said, do you work for this Think and Grow Ray Behan dude? We watch him online. So all of that is happening now, and you guys are just coming past with the trays of pies saying, who's hungry? Here's the cake. Make sure, for goodness sake, you're delivering your cake. I just went through a ship with John Demartini, walked Antonella around on video. And as he walked around, and Antonella said, have a look and what's going on and see this here and look at this here. He's only there for one thing. He knows to walk out with the cake. And when someone comes and knocks the cake out of his hand, he picks up another cake and says, fine, here's another cake. Someone knocks that out of his hand, here's another cake. Every challenge, he said, I will never allow a challenge to stop me giving out my cake. Now, I just made up the cake thing. He doesn't talk that way. So don't you writing to him saying, believe you're giving out cakes, John. That's not the case. You get exactly what it is that I mean. And that's all for me for today in this training. I love the fact that you're all here. We are making a difference. Listen to me. People love our stuff. When you're sharing it, you're going to get comments. Some of them will be brilliant, beautiful, and very encouraging to you. Some of them will be dramatic to you and terrible and awful. Just know this. People are going to knock the cake out of your hand. It's the way it is. The biggest pushback that we get is this. This guy doesn't know what he's talking about. And then we drop in with a post with all the science behind it, and you can just see them swallowing the shoe they just put into their mouth. And then the other one is that you get all the time, and never comment back to these unless you know how to comment back. Do not get into a war online by commenting back when you don't know how to comment. Bring your comments that you want to comment back to when you're sharing to Joseph, and then we'll start giving you replies to those comments. But don't try and reply. You'll open a can of worms, and other people that will follow you and follow us and click your links won't click because you didn't know how to answer that question. And watch out for the ones that come back, lots of them, and say things like, where did he get that color in his hair? You'll get a lot of that, especially when you're posting the Ray Behan videos. Just ignore them. Now, a couple of comments in the chat box said some of the ideas were, well, I'll contact my family and friends. That's fine. That's good. It's good to do that. My advice, don't do that. Because the type of organizations that do that are MLMs, network marketing, pyramid organizations. We are not an MLM, network marketing, or pyramid organization. We are just an affiliate organization. So share with your family and friends if you want to, and do that. But don't do it to expect somebody to engage, because then you're going to become a Bible basher, and then you'll lose all your friends and everybody will leave you. Don't become a pain in the ass. Just let people know what you're doing. Let them make their own choices. And that's all from me tonight, Paul, unless you've got anything to end with.
Just one more thing. So Nadia has put a comment just at the bottom there that says, I will keep trying. And just made a point that, the cake isn't being taken. So here's my answer to that type of situation, because in marketing, you and sales and business and everything like that, you can work your ass off for years and get nowhere, it feels like you get nowhere. So my answer to this is really simple. And you've already said it, Nadia, which is I will keep trying. The best thing that you can do is get your link out to as many places as possible. Every time that your link is posted somewhere, it's a portal back to your bank account. That's what it is. So the more that you've got out there, if you've got 20 out there, or 200 out there, or 2,000 or 20,000 out there that you've posted everywhere, it just means that your link is more likely to be found. So the best thing that you can do, especially if you don't see any results straight away, I posted my link and no one clicked on it. That's okay. Do it 20 times more. And then if it still don't get any more clicks, do it 40 times more. And if you still don't get any clicks, do it 400 times more, right? Just keep plowing forward with that whole thing. Don't get hooked up on the outcome of this. Just trust the process. The reality is, the more that your link is out there, the more likely that people will click on it. That's just the way it is. So the best thing that you can do, which is what Nadia has already said, I will keep trying. That's the thing to do. That's the best thing that you can do, is to just keep posting, keep trying, come back to the group, ask everyone, what else are you doing? What else can I do? And keep trying, and just keep trying. You'll get there. You'll find a little thread of gold, and you'll find the little thing, and it'll open up for you. Just go find that little thing there.
And make sure that you've got your multiple platforms and you're consistent, and that means consistency needs precision. So watch me. Randomness creates destruction. Precision and timing creates order. So randomly going, today I'm going to post, but I didn't do anything yesterday. It just doesn't work. Algorithms don't pick it up. They don't like it. They like to see consistency. So you might be going one day, I'm going to barge into things, but then tomorrow I'm going to have a jam sandwich, next day a chicken sandwich, then a Bovril sandwich, and then you miss your 3 days. Then you go back, a little bit of enthusiasm again. Listen, success requires consistency and precision and determination. 2 posts per day, and just keep doing it every single day. And you can schedule those posts as well across multiple platforms: Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. Set up all your accounts, give it everything. So I think with some of the questions that I'm looking at, some of you are giving it some things. You can't give something some things to get everything. You have to give something everything to get everything. So make sure you're giving it everything. Multiple platforms, 2 per day across all platforms. Next, somebody said, I tried to download the videos from YouTube last night. Do not be downloading our videos and sharing them, because when they do and they click them, you'll miss it. Your videos are in your social media ledger. Reach out to Joseph at elite@thinkandgroweducation.com.au. Joseph, I cannot find my ledger. In fact, Joseph will set up a new instruction for your ledger tomorrow and send you a new instruction for here's how to access your ledger from tonight's training, so you know how to get into your ledger. And I think that is about all of the great questions that we've answered for tonight. It's been great having you here, Paul. And thank you for everybody being here. And let's make this a mission, and let's make this bigger than it is. Let's turn these 3,300,000 views into 30 million views. People are liking this stuff and they're seeing it. We're across 3 continents. Let's do our stuff together. See you all soon. Thank you for being here.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for participating. Bye.